Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. It is your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Please reach out to me directly. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for pricing details. Launched in very limited numbers for 2022, this is the Moser Cie Streamliner Tourbillon Rainbow. Rainbow sapphires set in a rose gold 5N case with a Vantablack dial and a tourbillon. It is the full package if you're seeking sporting extravagance. So the timepiece is 40 millimeters in diameter by 12.2 millimeters thick. And if we measure the rigid outcroppings of these first links, the total horizontal incompressible distance across the wrist is actually a very reasonable 45.6 millimeters. So this Schaffhausen-built sports watch is actually quite wearable on a smaller wrist like mine. We'll throw it on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference, and you can see it wears well. It's neither thick nor particularly broad, so it will fit underneath the sleeve, no issues there. And you can see that the bracelet splays out quite a bit on either side of my wrist, so I believe you could wear this on a wrist as small as 14 centimeters circumference. Taking a quick look at the watch, you can see it's beautifully organic. I feel like I'm looking at the individual segments of some sort of exotic sea creature or annelid as I look at those flowing, interlocking, seamless links. Taking a quick look, you can see it is an integrated bracelet sports watch, but it's not trying to be the Royal Oak, the Jumbo Engineer, the 222, or the Nautilus. This watch is an homage to the 70s era of sports watch design without actually plagiarizing a specific design. So many watches that are integrated bracelet 70s style pick one model and then they ape it right up to the point where they would be skirting a lawsuit. This celebrates the spirit of the 70s, not any given reference. We've got a lovely tonneau shaped case. We have a bracelet that has a little bit of maybe Ebel Sport Classic and Omega Speed Sonic chronograph like the lobster tail. The tonneau case could be any number of different watches from the period. And then we have these lovely satinated facets as an homage to the period. So the watch really is quite nice, channeling the spirit of an era without literally aping any one design. The design is outstanding, as you can see. The recesses within these interlocked links are polished. Then we have a polished bevel on the edge, satin on the outer face, satin across the top for the most part. We have a double folding clasp with twin trigger release, so it'll stay shut until you absolutely want it to open. You can see the Moser Cie logo right there. Of course, Moser is the other fully integrated manufacturer out of Schaffhausen, Switzerland, whereas IWC makes about 100,000 watches a year. Moser makes more like 2,500 to 3,500. So taking a quick look at the way the bracelet's assembled, you can see it is with bars, so you will need a block and punch to size, but the links are relatively small, so you have a lot of increments of adjustment to find the right size. We have a Moser branded double knurled crown, screw down, 120 meters water resistant. As with all Moser watches, there are recesses in the case profile. Here the recesses are satinated, and then the bezel and the case back are polished for contrast. The dial is a Vantablack, and this is a first for Moser, whereby they actually cut holes in the Vantablack material, and the indices you see are luminous rose gold below the stenciled Vantablack disc. Now, Vantablack is very special. You don't get the full effect because some light reflects off of the sapphire, but Vantablack absorbs 99.965% of light. It is the most light absorbent material in the world. We have 2.9 carats of faceted baguette-style sapphires that surround the dial, and for good measure, there's 60 of them, so they can act as unofficial minute marks for reading the time. At center, we have rose gold baton-style hands with pieces of globalite ceramized lume on them. We'll do a quick lume shot just so you can see what the lume looks like. It is a wonderfully luminescent and bright material. Down at 6 o'clock, we have a tourbillon a la Moser. It's caliber HMC 804, automatic winding. As you can see on the reverse side, it's a magic lever style bidirectional pawl-based winding system with a 3-day power reserve, a 1-minute flying tourbillon that has no upper bridge to block your view. It beats away at 3 hertz. And you can see that it features 2 flat hair springs, free sprung, pinned 180 degrees opposed. So in this position, one will run fast and the other exactly opposite will by an equal and opposite margin run slow. So this is a tourbillon that truly does achieve the goal of improving chronometry, and you can see that the chronometric precision achieved with both beauty and instantaneous effect. Normally, in a pocket watch, a spinning tourbillon would require time to cancel out the deleterious effects of gravity on precision. Here, the correction is instantaneous. You can also see that the best finishing on the movement is on the tourbillon carriage. Mirror beveling of the finest style. You can see satination across the top of the tourbillon cage. We have black polishing for the studs and stud holders, and then the carriage below is also nicely decorated. Now, it's a flying tourbillon, which means it has no upper bridge, so Moser braces it on the bottom with a broad, low-friction, unlubricated hybrid ceramic bearing system, and we also have ceramic bearings for the winding rotor. We have a golden chaton fixed by black polished screws, a nod to the pocket watch era of Moser watchmaking, and we have a 3/4 style composite bridge on the reverse side. All screw heads are black polished with chamfered slot and circumference, and you can see there's a nice bevel, albeit mechanically applied on the edge of these bridges. There is also double-crested Côte de Genève, which you can see well across the bridges. That's a Moser signature. Lots to love in this watch. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details of this Moser Cie Streamliner Tourbillon Rainbow.